Welcome to Current Issue and Law. You all might be knowing me for running videos on legal literacy issues. This is my first attempt on current issue and law. This video is an attempt to understand an incident which is recently occurred, Bois Locker Room issue, where the boys used the social group to discuss certain things about women. So this is understanding the boys locker room through the eyes of law. That's an attempt in this video. From the newspapers, I have come across with certain incidents in boys locker room cases, like objectifying girls, morphing images of girls, passing lewd and derogatory comments on girls, proposing and convincing for committing gang rape, warning girls because it was revealed to public at large, sharing pictures without their consent, slut sharing and body shaming. I'm going to deal with each one of them in detail in coming slides. Threatening to leak nude pictures. So that's quite different from sharing pictures without consent, and rape threat. So these were the certain things which they in their social group discussion. So when this incident became public, there were reaction to this incident. Some were in favor of it, defending boys, some were against it, expecting severe punishment for the boys. Some of the expected line of arguments were, this was just a boys talk. Boys do speak all these things. I have not spoken these things during your childhood, during your boyhood, during your adult age. This is one of the line of arguments in favor of boys. And some blame girls for this all discussion because of dressing sense of girls. Provocation from girls must have made them talk all these things. And the last and the most common defense from for boys is they had just spoke it, they never intended to do it. The speaking and doing, there's a lot of difference. Equally, there were opinions expressed against the boys, that it is wrong to speak all these things, and such discussion, such a group are potential rapists, future rapists, and these are the termites which are going to spoil the whole fabric of. Luckily, in reality, none of these opinions are going to run the country, but this country is run by rule of law. The decision-making process of judges and the police remains uninfluenced by these opinions because they are guided by the law, and their bindingness of law is going to function as an insulation against these public opinions or public outrage. This video is an attempt to add one more view to this cluster of views. It's neither for nor against boys or girls, but this is a pure view of the law, how law looks at. This presentation is going to be in two parts. One part is deciphering the act of the boys and how law look at the act of the boys, and there are girls who have shown courage of bringing it to the social media, and the wheels of justice have started rolling because of their daring act, and how far they are going to be benefited or how far they are going to be taken care of by the law of the land. I will spend one slide explaining the laws involved in this whole incident. The first and most important law involved is POCSO, that is Protection of Children from Sexual Offences. As the victims involved here are below 18, technically they are termed as child, and being child, they are going to be governed by this legislation. IT Act, because the most of the act is done through information technology, using the technology, therefore the IT Act comes into picture, and as the offenders, the boys who did all this speech and discussion are also below 18, so they would be tried under a special legislation where child offender is tried, called JJ Act, Juvenile Justice Act. So one thing, in overall, um, with these legislations there are three criminal legislations which also play an important role: IPC, CRPC, Indian Evidence Act. So one thing you must be sure about, that at the end of the video you will find that law is in place. Law has stringent view, it is not confused the way the emphasis should be laid, and it's going to take its definite course of action. So let us take the act of boys one by one. Objectifying girls. See, objectifying girls is generally means treating persons solely as an object of sexual desire. Objectification is more broadly means treating person as commodity and treating without her dignity, and that is what has happened in this case. Now, this act of objectifying girls is in general violation of dignity of woman. Under criminal law, it qualifies to be a sexual harassment insulting the modesty of woman. So therefore, they are in violation of two very important sections of criminal law. Morphing images, sharing pictures without consent, these are the two acts done by the boys group. That image, morphing images means image processing technique by which one picture is overlapped with another to create a false impression. And sharing of the picture without the consent of the woman, in both the cases it is defamation, stalking, outraging the modesty of woman, and pornography, which is an offense under POCSO law. So therefore, there are series of sections which have been violated by the boys. Proposing and convincing gang rape is conspiracy and abetment. There again, they can be tried for both these offenses. Warning girls, threatening them of leaking nude pictures, threatening them of committing rape, this criminal intimidation and pornography. So here again they are in violation of series of sections. Slut shaming and body shaming is another very common discussion in the boys group. That is, slut shaming stands as a practice of criticizing people who are perceived to violate expectations of behavior and appearance regarding issues relating to sexuality. So slut shaming is basically where a woman or a girl is daring enough to question the traditional practices of the society, and that person would be subjected to slut shaming. Body shaming, it's as you all know, it's about commenting upon the body size and the shape. Now this is again qualifies to be a sexual harassment and insulting the modesty of woman. So therefore, whether you like boys or you don't like it, there is a law in place. The acts of the boys qualifies to be offences under different sections of Indian Penal Code, of POCSO. So there are various laws which have been violated by the boys. So this is the stand of the law at present. As far as victims are concerned, now the major fear of the victims would be the trouble that they would be facing throughout this trial. Now the fear is rightly placed, whether it's going to be a trouble during these criminal proceedings. I must make mention about the sensitivity of law for the troubles of the victim. So first sensitivity is shown when you look into the action of the police. See, police acted without formal complaint. The information was put up in the social media. Police came to know about it through various different sources, and police swiftly acted on it and started investigation. This is the sensitivity of the law. police can go ahead and make preventive arrests because there are so many plans in the boys locker room discussion, and we police did not wait for the commission of these offenses, but they can make preventive arrests. The whistleblower who brought it to the notice of the public, the member of the group who was part of the discussion, but later he turned out revealing the information to others in the social media, he is termed as a whistleblower. Being a whistleblower, he can be pardoned by the court because he assisted functioning of the uh, court as well as police. Here is the stand of the law when it comes to the trouble faced by the victims during the criminal proceedings. As the victims of this offense are children, POCSO law comes into picture, and it's a law specially designed for dealing with the child victims. So therefore, there's a lot of protection given to child victims. As the offenders involved in this whole incident are again children, the Juvenile Justice Act comes into picture. They are not tried as a regular offenders or regular accused persons. They would be given a special treatment protecting the innocence of these people, because the accused is presumed innocent till proven guilty. So therefore, he cannot be harassed at the stage of trial itself. Now let me come to the facilities extended by law for the child victim. First and very important, child need not go to police station. Any investigation, any interview, any interrogation has to be done at the home of the child. So where the child feels comfortable, there the police will come and conduct the investigation. When the police come for the investigation, they shall not wear uniform. Again, the child should not be intimidated. Child victim and the child offender, the police will take care that there is no direct contact between them during the investigation. Under no circumstances, both will be called at the same time. So this is to again ensure the mental peace for the child victim. So there is no police station in this whole process. Everything happens outside the police station. And most importantly, there is instruction given to police as well as to the media that the names should not be revealed. So therefore, privacy is maintained, secrecy is maintained, at the same time effective justice would be delivered. And here comes the important instruction from the law. The statement should be recorded within 30 days of the offense. So that the child would be interviewed within 30 days and the statement is recorded and further investigation is conducted. Investigation and trial has to be completed within 1 year. This is how the whole process has to run. Thank you very much for watching this, and I must mention here that the law is in place. Law is going to take its own course. Have faith in law. Thank you.